Upon further review, the ruling on the field stands. This is the greatest sports podcast, First and Goat. All right, everybody, welcome back to another special episode of First and Goat. I am your GOAT host, Sal El Bookie Bueno, and if I have to explain that name, you're probably not Mexican and or a gambler, you know. Let's go. Now I'm joined by our panel. They don't need any introduction, but out of respect, we gotta fucking tell you who they are. Just a friendly reminder: we're gonna go all the way from parts unknown, California, by way of Jalisco, Mexico. Adam Perez, he knows what he's talking about. And then we're gonna come back all the way from parts unknown, Chicago, Illinois. Luis de Kenya, say hello to all your fans.
What's up, everybody?
They know these guys don't need no introduction, but out of respect, it's just friendly reminder who their favorite the favorite goatees are. Let's jump in it because this is gonna be a fun episode. It's gonna keep it simple but fun. We're gonna dive into the NBA playoffs, from the series, the competitions, to the injuries, to the suspensions. We're gonna deep dive in all of it. And maybe a little boxing at the end. So, Luis, can you do the honors and take it off from here?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Sal. That's a awesome introduction, man. I'm a big fan of that. Yeah, so obviously right now we're a couple of games into the NBA playoffs. This is what we've been waiting, right, for the whole season. All the playing games are out of the way, and now this is it. Everybody's playing for the chip, right? Everybody that's involved right now. So, with that said, I was hoping that we could kind of at least break down the series that have been going on. We'll go through the matchups and then who you guys are picking to go on to the next round. And then hopefully you guys could also say, kind of also put in how many games you think it might take, And then if there's a series that you really like and you want to kind of give some feedback on why you pick maybe one team over the other, we'll dive into that. So with that said, who wants to start off today? Does anybody?
You want me to share?
I raise his hand.
All right. Yeah, Dan, we'll start with you, but if you could share you have our bracket that we signed up.
Yeah, that's kind of why I figured maybe I could start because I could share what we all picked and then we could go from there. So I don't think there's gonna be in any particular order, but here you go, Luis. This is your selection. So far, so good, right?
Yes.
There's nothing that looks like it's out of the question that it could happen. Anything you want to add to your picks so far? Feeling good?
No.
Feeling comfortable?
Feeling good. The only one that I'm not feeling good about is the 76ers. I've always been the last two seasons I've been high on them. They've let me down quite a bit when it comes to playoff time. So I thought that even though they should handle the Nets, possibly in 4 games, 5 games, I put 6, and that was more like a slight against the Sixers just because of the bad taste I've had in my mouth with them. I feel like when it comes to the playoffs, for whatever reason, they haven't been able to. I feel like they should be dominating a lot more, but they're up 3-0 after today. They went into Brooklyn and handled business. So that's the only one. I have them moving on, but it looks like it doesn't look like it's gonna go to 6. And everything else, I think the Suns versus Clippers, I was feeling that was like tongue in cheek. Like I just felt like the Suns were going to sweep the Clippers after coming off that home game 1 loss. And I'll be honest, even with Kawhi being out, I don't know if I feel like that they would I think it'll still be hard for them to, Clippers still, I don't know how long Kawhi's going to be out, but I think maybe that series might go 6. But then today, out of nowhere, he's out for the game. So I don't know. I guess it just depends on how healthy they are. But everything else, I think I would stick with.
That sounds fair to me, Sal.
Me, I might have a lot of takebacks. I'm not sure. I was feeling a little bit under the weather when I did this bracket, but whatever. I don't see. I mean, obviously injuries happen. The Bucks in 6. I don't know that's gonna happen. I'm just gonna stick with the Bucks. Um, Cavs and Knicks was a coin flip for me. I just thought Knicks were the hot hand. Um, I'll stick with it. Who cares if they fucking wrong? Who cares, right? Sixers, I picked them in 4. It's gonna go to 4. That's what Celtics. That looks good. Going back to the West by Uadan over there, the Nuggets and was Nuggets 5. I don't know. Maybe that looks good. I think the Minnesota pulls off one, the next 2, whatever. If they sweep, I'm still looking good. Suns Clippers, the same thing. Thank you, Kawhi, for being a load management diva. Oh, I'm sorry, he got a right knee sprain, right? That's what happened. He got a knee sprain in game 1, play game 2 when they won, and then all of a sudden they lost game 2, and so I don't know what's gonna happen there. But that looks good. The Warriors, last time I checked, they're winning, right? So like that might be a 2-1 series. So that might still hold some water. Lakers in 6 is gonna be tough. That one's a tough one. Because even without Morant, that team knows how to play together, man. So I said I'm not changing anything. It's gonna be a little tough to Lakers is winning 6, but I'm sticking with all my picks in the first round. Second and third, whatever that's that might be a different story, but I still like my picks.
We'll have to adjust if necessary.
Yeah. After the fact.
So sounds good, and I think a lot of our selections were very similar. I was surprised that we all picked the Suns to end up winning the title. I think we all kind of agreed that if they're healthy, they have the better talent across the NBA. Sal, I'm surprised that you picked them because
I want to go on the record. I want to go on the record real quick that I know I picked the Lakers.
You were sick.
Healthy. Yeah, I said that if they stay healthy, go all the way. And I said maybe I was feeling a little weather, and I wanted to do like a backup plan, but that's some chicken shit bullshit. And I should stick with like I said, it was my backup because you saw what happened to AD. He I don't know what could have happened. He popped his shoulder, or I don't know what happened. I thought he was gonna be gone again, and I'm like, here we go again. But yeah, if you want me to change it, go ahead. I'm okay. I'm as long as
it's your bracket.
Put an asterisk. Put an asterisk.
Your bracket.
Put an asterisk. Put Lakers all the way. Put an asterisk all the way.
Well, you know why would we want you to change it, Luis?
If AD stays healthy and they lose, if AD stays healthy and they lose, then wrong. But just put Lakers all the way through and put asterisk. I should have done that. You know what? It's so stupid what I did right now.
Well, it's the same thing, right? Like the Suns asterisk if Kevin Durant doesn't get hurt. Like it's all the same for every team.
For every team,
yes and no, because the Suns were like a top team in the West, you know. So like, you know, it's
number 4, yeah, better than number 7, absolutely. Yeah.
But
no, I just wanted to point out that it's interesting that we all ended up with the Suns. Like we each did our pick randomly. I think you guys both have the Celtics going to the finals. I have the Bucks. You know, Giannis missed game 2, but I felt that they had a better ending to the season. I felt that they went in with more momentum, but obviously the Celtics, you know, they have a great team and they also finished strong. So I think that's also a toss-up. I went with 7. You know, I see these ones being close, not especially. I picked 6 even with Giannis healthy, but anyway. And I want to focus. Yeah, sorry.
I just want to say, like, I apologize to whoever watches this because I just fucking read off what I just on the screen, and that's I should have gone into more depth. I know we're trying to do this under a certain amount of time, but I don't know what it's gonna. But yeah, like I said, just to recap real quick, I said the Bucks. I just picked the Bucks. So obviously, they're a better team. Cavs. I like their defense, and I love defense, but the Knicks has got high at the right time. That's why I picked them and flipped the coin. Sixers and Nets, I mean, I just thought they were the better team. Same thing with Celtics, but no need to talk about that. Oh, we're in the Nuggets. Timberwolves, the same thing. Like, they're just getting I don't know why I almost picked them in 4, but I said they might win 1 at home.
They almost pulled off game 3, but
right.
And the same thing with the Suns and Clippers, real quick. Suns in 5, I just thought they were a better team with KD. The firepower, offensive power. I think it's too much for the Clippers, especially when you got that liability. You guys got to call Westbrook. Kings and Warriors. That was just a tough one. Kings fast paced, but then the experience with the Warriors and the
Right.
ability, I had to go with the Warriors and the Lakers because.
So these ones were like a toss up for you, right? Caps and Knicks and Kings and Warriors, pretty
Yeah,
much.
those are the one, and that's why I picked them. I'll go to Game 7 and Lakers. It's still doable, but we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I agree. Because
Yeah, I
we're
mean,
very close. Sorry, go ahead.
I think in the what you were kind of saying in the first round, I think we're all pretty similar. I think at least in the first round, right? Even with the things that kind of transpire with some injuries and stuff, I know there's some difference between Kings and Warriors. I think both of you guys have
this is the
that
only
side.
these are the
Yeah.
only ones that change.
Yeah.
And I
And
have
I think I got Kings winning that in 7, I think. So it was kind of a toss up for me too. I'm obviously, the Warriors overall they're pretty healthy right now. I know that Draymond got well, we didn't know that before we did our picks. He got suspended this game. They don't seem to be having an issue with that right now. They're up at halftime, I think, by double digits. And so the Kings are very young, and I think you said this last time too, Adon, that that these young teams like Denver and Sacramento, they got to go through some growing pains. Even Memphis, right, where they lose in the first round, second round, even though their team is pretty good overall during the regular season, right? They got to have some growing pains. But I don't know. I think it might just be a combination for me with Sacramento that they have the home court advantage, and I do think that the Warriors are on they're kind of what would you say, they're not in their prime, right? They're kind of towards I mean, even though they're experienced and they're good, like let me ask you this real quick, guys. When San Antonio was doing their run, with Tony Parker and Ginobili and Duncan, just the way they played, I felt still fit. I don't know, and I know that Kawhi was kind of like a rookie towards the end there, but I felt stronger about the Spurs when they were older and they were still in contention for a championship. Like I thought they were still a threat. I'm not saying that. I know that the Warriors they're only a year removed, right, from winning everything, but I don't know, this season they've really showed their age for their style of play to me. I don't know. I just was curious what you guys think about Golden State just this year.
That's an interesting perspective because I think like in their home record is like one of the best in the league. So the struggle for some reason was on the road, and that's usually when you have a young team and they feed off the crowd. So regarding their stats, I think Curry, before he got hurt, he was they were talking about him in consideration for MVP. Thompson improved from last season. His shooting percentage went up.
Right.
They won the championship last year, and Thompson was, shooting like 40%. So I Wiggins missed a lot of time. I can't like pinpoint it, but I agree with you. It just feels like there's something missing. The fact that they can't win on the road, it just shows like maybe they're not as focused. Maybe they think that they could just flip it on at any time. Maybe they just don't care about the playoffs. But something's missing, and that's why I also don't have them, going all the way to the championship, even though they're the defending champions. But I did have them beating the Kings, and for the same reason that I talked about, the growing pains. And it's possible that the Kings could knock them off, but like we saw the 76ers Nets game, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Teams like the Nets, teams with experience, they don't commit those turnovers at the end of the game where they were only down by 3, and the Bridges cut, and the guy thought he was gonna come back out, and he threw the ball away. The guy grabbed it and dunked it. Those are the little things that happen with teams that don't have the experience. Same thing with the Timberwolves. Ant was hot yesterday, and they got back in and they took the lead, but then the inexperience, it just shows in the young teams, and that's the only reason why I picked the Warriors. Sal?
Yeah, I think I feel more confident about the Spurs too, but I can't remember who they were going up against in the Western Conference. I mean, you got Warriors going against like obviously number 1 seed Nuggets. They're playing.
Right.
You got Grizzlies. I mean, you got Kings, and even Lakers. I said Lakers are a threat to them. Like maybe they got better shoes, but if AD and LeBron are healthy, they got size. They could bang down low. So like maybe that's why you don't feel as confident. But I get it, like because man, like I get it. They don't have Wiggins. Or they didn't have Wiggins for most of the season, but yeah, like their road record was horrendous. It was so bad. Like I can't explain it. I don't know. Maybe they don't care. Like, hey, as long as we make it the playoffs, and like we'll make the noise there. Like we'll find out. They're playing pretty good.
But
They're home now.
we all know a 12-point lead is nothing in this league. But it means like they're on top, but it means nothing to me.
Right.
But that's
Okay. I was just curious on that because I'm with you guys. I don't know what it is exactly, Looks like something is missing. I don't know what it is, But that's interesting, Adan. You're saying that their stats are, if not better than last year, and they won the championship last year. So, but just besides them being horrendous on the road, And then to be fair, what was both games were game one was pretty.
They were both close, yeah.
They were both close games. I mean, they could have come out with a split, right? At the very least. I don't know if they win both of them, but at the very least with a split. All right, so I think with the first round. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to. The one last thing I wanted to talk about is you guys focus on the Suns and the Clippers, and that's kind of the one I had been thinking about that series, and I wrote something down. I just wanted to share it really quick. So before today, I was really surprised with Kawhi Leonard, to be honest, because I always have this perspective of him as load manager, and like he just won't play with even like, and this could be exaggeration and it could be wrong. It feels like he won't give it a go for his team if he just doesn't feel 100%. And I was like, wow, like this impression of Kawhi right now in the playoffs is changing my opinion of him. I don't believe that first impressions are everything. I think the last impression is the one that sticks with us. I know everybody says, oh, you can't go back and undo your first impression. Fuck that. I think the last impression that you have of a person, because we want to like people, so it's like at first I was changing my perspective of Kawhi. I'm like, this guy PG-13 is done. He's fucking playing 40-something minutes. He's scoring 30-something points. I'm like, man, if Kawhi pulls this off, I'm gonna raise this guy's status. In my opinion, if he would have fucking played every game, they would have knocked out the Suns in 6 or 7 games. I would have been like, fuck, Kawhi's the man. Like, I don't care that he load managed. He sucked it up in the playoffs, and he fucking guarded the second best player or whatever in the league, and he pulled it up. And now he goes on and does this bullshit. And I don't know how hurt he is, but right before we got on started recording, you mentioned that he got hurt in game 1. So how can he play in game 2 and put up 30-something points? I don't get it. So my notes were I was gonna like just say how impressed I am of Kawhi Leonard, and then we just found out today he wasn't playing, and they're only down by 3. So I don't know if you want to add something. I think you mentioned something.
Yeah.
I think, Luis, unless you want to take away, like, you took it from me. Like, that's why I bring it up. Like, from what I read, game 1, I'm looking it up right now, and I'm positive it was game 1. And I remember thinking, so like, again, I don't want to question anybody's manhood or but like, how bad was the sprain game 1 when you played game 2 and you played fairly well game 2? I didn't see any limping or any pain or any grimacing in the face. But now you're up. But now you're out game 3, and it's just like, who knows, like what's going on in his head? Is it something mental or what? But it's just like, I get load management, but this guy takes it to an extreme. Like, I don't bet like about LeBron missing it, or like or any my guys would miss it as long as the big picture. But when you play 40-something games or what I don't know what he played, but it's like, I think there's something else. Like, either he just half-assed. I don't know. I don't know. I
But
don't want to question. I don't know if he's half-assing it or it's something mental or doesn't care. You know,
and
like
there's no back-to-backs in the playoffs.
All right. No, that's a great point. You know, obviously you guys know I'm a big Kawhi Leonard fan. Like ever since he was with San Antonio, I didn't know he was gonna be what he ended up being, like, you know, being able to go to Toronto and win a championship and all that. I just thought he was going to be a really good, solid player for San Antonio, you know. So I've always liked him since San Antonio. Kawhi's different though. I can't get a read on the guy. You know, I think you guys have noticed I've been really quiet on him, but it's because the same reason. It's just because I don't understand him. You know, I really like when he's playing the game, but there's so many things outside of basketball that I don't understand. So a red flag for me was when he wasn't even happy playing in San Antonio, like the organization. And I don't know everything that goes, but he didn't like, he was upset at Popovich, right? Or something like that. He was upset with the team. Like, I'm like, that's like one of the best, like, that's one of the best coaches, one of the best organization. I'm like, okay, maybe they just, you know, I don't know. Not everybody, they clash heads, right? But then he started sitting himself out a lot. And then when he started off the playoffs the way he did against, I think he was playing inspired basketball because he was up against Kevin Durant. I don't know this. I don't think they've been matched up a lot in the last couple of years.
I don't remember them ever playing against each other.
So he was playing very inspired. I thought I was more along the lines with Adon, like Paul George is out. I don't know how in tune he's going to be, you know what I mean, to push himself. But even when you talk about a player like that, it's kind of a turnoff, right? Because it's like it can be contingent on like, oh, your guys are healthy, that you're into it. Like, so he's just a different guy to me. Like, I don't, in terms of like, I can't read him. I don't know if he doesn't care. I don't know if he's not competitive. I don't care. I don't understand. I don't understand him very well. But I like how he plays the game. I like his defense. I like how he plays. But the one thing, and I know we didn't get to talk about real quick to wrap up on Kawhi, when I saw him play game 1 and 2, just me in a private moment, I'm like, that's it. I think he's spent. I didn't think he was gonna be injured, but I'm like, I think that's all I think that's all he has. Like in my head. Like that's as far as he could take them. They got a split, right? And that's it. That's why I picked Phoenix and 5. I'm like, that's it. You know, Phoenix, you know, they even though they lost game 1, that's all that Kawhi has. And that wasn't I never thought that he would be injured.
Sorry,
Yeah, like just like that was it. That was it. That was like, hey, this is it. You know, I don't even know how to explain it. Just because he's been so inconsistent in the past, you know, where he just kind of fades away after a while. I just thought that was his best effort, and then I thought he would be a little. I thought he would play more complacent, if that makes any sense. I didn't think he was gonna sit out with an injury, you know, but that's what ended up happening.
To close the regular season, I think he, I think he did play like some back-to-back games just because they wanted to make sure they made the playoffs. So I thought the whole thing was trending on him just like
correct
sucking it up and doing whatever he could for the team, and who knows, maybe he's really hurt, but it's just it just seems like the same story over and over.
Correct, and I don't have the game in front of me, but after the first quarter they were tied, so I don't know if Sal's boy is putting up big numbers or he's just putting the team on his back, and maybe Westbrook is just
Powell's killing it. He's got 22 at half.
Oh, okay, there you go. There you go. So it's not Westbrook. All right, cool. So that's on the first round. And real quick before we move on to other things,
before you go, I just want before I just wanted to make sure I don't want to bash them and get wrong info out there, but I went to CBSSports.com and it says what I read earlier. I'll just reiterate. Kawhi Leonard will not play Game 3 of the Los Angeles Clippers first round series versus Phoenix Suns on Thursday night due to a knee sprain. The team announced Leonard initially suffered the injury in Game 1 and expected to be day-to-day ahead of Game 4, according to Adrian Wojnarowski. So pretty credible. I mean, Game 1. So yeah, it's kind of like
I agree with you. Yeah.
Get healthy, Kawhi.
All right, we want to see some good basketball. So real quick, I was hoping we could touch base. The elephant in the room, you know, you guys, for all new listeners out there, you know,
it's a topic by itself, right?
Ongoing topic all the time. You know, LeBron James, Michael Jordan GOAT. You know, Michael Jordan's retired. No, I'm just setting it up, guys. I'm just setting
You
it
said it.
up.
You said it. You said
So
it.
that's why we talk so much about the Lakers, because LeBron's still playing. Obviously, LeBron is with the Lakers. He's in the playoffs. He's in his quest for what is it, championship number 5, right? And his legacy. So that's why. If I just wanted to close it out, we just kind of glossed over it. So I just wanted to hear from the from the LeBron fans, and following the Lakers this season. What are your thoughts so far after 2 games against Memphis? I was hoping you guys could.
The LeBron or the Lakers?
That's the only reason we're talking about the Lakers, because LeBron's on them. There, if LeBron wasn't on there and the Lakers was the 7th seed, we would just gloss over them like we did with like Denver and all those other teams. But yeah, I mean the Lakers. How do you guys feeling about the first after 2 games in to these playoffs between Memphis and LA?
Well, you want to go first on that?
I'll go first. So, I think they got what you want to do on the road, starting off the road, is you want to get the split, right? So, I wish that because I'm a LeBron fan, so I root for LeBron and whatever team he's on. I wish they would have gone up 2-0. But I think they're in a good position, right? What you want to do is split on the road, and I think the game 3 is gonna be the big one. They gotta take the advantage there. I think teams that go up 2-1, win like 70-something% of the time. I'm hoping that the bad game that AD had could at least like motivate them to finish off this series. I still like their chances. I think when they play smart, they're just more seasoned than the Grizzlies, like we talked about. I understand, Brooks talking shit. Like even game 1, right, where LeBron, 21, 10, and 5. I'm fucking year 20, and you're like, oh, LeBron had a subpar game. Like, I know it's not like LeBron we used to, playoff games are, like 30, 12, and 8 or whatever, but he's in year 20. Fucking 20, 21, 10, and 5 on 50% shooting. He's averaging 25 points, fucking like over 10 rebounds, 4 assists, because I think people weren't making shots yesterday, and he's shooting over 50%. Is that really like, is LeBron like sucking or something? Like, I'm so confused by Brooks and by other people, like, oh, LeBron's not playing like LeBron. Like, he's in year 20, he's still fucking 25, 12, and 4 on 51% shooting. Like, give me somebody that's in year 1 doing that, and we're already fucking anointing him, the second coming of, a PG-13 or something. So I was just disappointed because nobody else gave him anything. I know they didn't have Ja, but we all know that Jones is a really good backup. I think their team had their players play really well. Like Brooks made those 3-pointers, and if that's how they beat the Lakers, by their team playing really well, and AD went 4 for 14, and Russell went 2 for 10 or 2 for 9 or whatever it was, and they were still in the game, I like their chances. I picked the Grizzlies because I thought maybe Adams was gonna come back, but if LeBron just plays steady, like he does, and AD gives them something, they'll pull it off.
What about you, Sal?
I agree with what Adan just said. I was a little concerned because I think going to the playing game, I saw like a lot of ISO ball coming from James, and like a lot of guys weren't stepping up. Game 1 kicked off, and like there were plenty of there was Davis did his thing, Reeves, like and LeBron, like, so like I was like, it was a change of pace, like I didn't see a lot of ball movement, but when they got the ball, they made the best of it. So I see that didn't happen again game 2, so I guess it's gonna come down to like supporting cast, like I just want less ISO ball from James. I just feel like he just when I see he just holds the ball and he just starts to backing everybody but down, or just trying to make it like what that's not winning basketball at any team, right? Like who does that? Not even Jordan when he play ISO ball, or anybody. So I guess it just, because they said AD has to stay healthy, and Reeves is playing outstanding. They keep those three get it together, and then everything else is just Russell and Rio. And the rest Beasley. It's all extra credit from there now. As far as Brooks goes, like he's a nobody. The same thing. Like you claim that you stopped this guy at 20 years in. Like what we have done. Like come on. So he talked about like drop 40 on me, and he goes, and then we'll talk. So what if somebody goes 32, 10, and 10? The guy thinks he got bragging rights. He knows he's not nobody, man. He knows he's like he'll be in the league for another 6, 7 years, and as a role player, that's it. That generation, all they do is for likes and they're cloud chasers and attention. That this series is 15 minutes. What do they call it? 15 minutes of
fame.
Yeah, that's what that is. That's all it is, and he knows it. He's recognized it. He's trying to capitalize on it. He didn't stop LeBron. Like, did LeBron have a great game? Like, outstanding? Nah, I wish obviously we've seen better, but yeah, if you take into account his age, the years, the miles, like, come on. And you want to prime LeBron? We both know LeBron would have ate him up. Yes, he did lose a step. He's posting them up. Back in the day, he would have just ate him up in the perimeter. He would have just cut right through him. He would have known him, but whatever. People want to pay attention. People want something to talk about. Fucking, we just brought it up, but I don't want to fucking talk about that guy. Fuck that guy.
LeBron would destroy him now, one-on-one. Right now.
Well, it's like
I love it.
Except,
No,
tell me that's wrong, Luis. LeBron would destroy one-on-one.
No, what does that guy do on offense? He doesn't create his own shot. He doesn't fucking dribble. Fuck him.
Yeah.
I'm only talking to you because they asked me about you guys. So, but at the end of the day, you ain't nobody. Fucking, it's Josh's team. Fucking, you ain't shit. It's Josh, Jackson. I like those two guys. You ain't shit.
I mean, so yeah, really good stuff, guys. I gotta agree. Just like you guys said, like you said too, Adon, is as a road team, all you're looking for the first two games is a split, right? I think they're just bummed down because everybody maybe assumed that they would fare better in game two because Morant was out, right? So it's like maybe a missed opportunity, but not really because Memphis. Personally, that's why I like watching them play, just because they're a good. They happen to be going up against the Lakers in the first round, but they play good team basketball. You know what I mean? Morant is explosive. He's exciting, but man, they still play solid basketball. And they play solid team defense too. So I wouldn't put them like they're not like San Antonio, but they're like the poor man San Antonio Spurs to me in terms of. But even San Antonio had Hall of Famers and superstars. These guys, besides Morant, unless you're a basketball fan, like a casual fan, can't name you a handful of players from the Memphis Grizzlies. That's impressive to me. And they're, seeded number 2. And now I do feel like I went back to it. I thought that the reason that the Lakers would struggle against Memphis was because of the reason that the Lakers got on that hot streak was because their role players were, I thought, were playing above, their kind of like, remember back in the day, the Bulls, when they would play above their tier, right? But then at the end of the day, they were just really nice role players. I'm talking about the Heinrich and Ben Gordons and Taj Gibsons of the world, and even Lil Dang, really nice players, but not. So Austin Reeves, what's the guy that went for like 29 points in game 1?
Rui.
Right, that guy. What's the other guy? Malik Beasley, right? Beasley. So the thing that makes me nervous picking Memphis was that Russell and Anthony Davis had a bad game, right? The point guard for what's his name? For the Lakers.
Oh,
no.
Russell.
D'Angelo Russell and Anthony Davis had a bad game. And then I thought Reeves had a pretty subpar game. I think Malik Beasley and what is it? Rui. That guy played good, like Beasley. So they had a lot of guys that were Schroeder, Nisadiga. He had a bad game. So they had a lot of bad games. Like multiple guys that had bad games, and they did cut that game into single digits in the fourth quarter. And then Memphis was able to pull away. So And now they're going into LA, right? That crowd's going to be going crazy. And that's where these reserve guys, right, play better, right? They're able to hide some of those jitters through like the crowd and stuff like that. So I think game 3 will be, I think that'll be a decider. I think if Memphis could handle business game 3, I think then I'll feel really comfortable with them beating the Lakers for the rest of, even if they go 7. But if the Lakers come out and take game 3, you know, I think Memphis is in trouble because that's all the pressure is going to shift to them, you know. I don't know how, you know, I know Morant's had some time to heal here, but, you know, I don't know how explosive he'll be. His hand, you know, it's his shooting hand too, right? That's fucked up. Yeah. So I like the series. And then the last thing I'll close with is with Brooks. I love that shit. I love it. I know everybody hates him. I love that he's poking at LeBron and he's picking at him because he's full of shit. Because I think even when he's been guarding LeBron, I think LeBron's averaging what you said, Adon. He's averaging like 26. He's shooting like 60, 50%. Like, so Brooks isn't cutting down LeBron. But what I do like about Brooks is he does take pride in his defense. So in his head, in his stupid head, he's out. That's what he's there for, right? He's not just talking shit. Like, it is that. And have you guys seen this guy? His stupid chain and the sunglasses when he was doing the interview talking shit about LeBron? He's attention.
That's all it is. I told you.
He wants attention. But you can't. He does get under people's skin. And then we got to go on to the next segment. But I know even if old Jordan would have heard Brooks say that they can't drop 40 on him, I know Jordan would have dropped 40 the next time he played him. I don't think LeBron will though. That's not what he's got. That's not what he plays. That's not his.
Jordan at 38. Jordan at 38 would drop 40.
No, but
if some guy was calling him out like that, yeah, man, you best believe he will.
You gotta get there.
He best believe he will.
I'm gonna disagree with you on that, Luis. If somebody was calling him out like that in the regular season, yeah, Jordan will go in and put 50 on him, just like LeBron put 40 on the Clippers because he had never scored 40 on the Clippers.
Right.
I don't think that Jordan would have done that in the playoffs. I really don't. I think the playoffs are about winning and it's not about individual. And I think that Brooks is trying to get James to make it because that will throw if LeBron is just trying to show Brooks off and it's a one-on-one game instead of a team game, then that gives the Grizzlies the benefit, the advantage. And I think that's all he's trying to do. Yeah. And it's not gonna work, you know. LeBron likes just playing teams.
I was just talking shit, man. Thanks for killing my fun with comments. I even said it. LeBron's not gonna do that, not because he can't, but that's not the winning form. That's not the blueprint, right? He needs these guys to do well and play well and stuff like that.
Jordan wouldn't do it either because it's not winning basketball in the playoffs. Like he wouldn't. He just wants to win the game. Now, the one thing that bothers me is they go away from things that work. Like LeBron has the advantage, and I agree with you, Sal. Like they give it to him like in the corner, the post, and then like there's some movement, but very little. Like give it to him inside the block. He's got the advantage. Just like they were doing towards the end, they were lobbing it to him. He was getting layups. They should do the same with AD. I don't know why they give it to him so far away from the basket.
I love, and I put that sometimes on LeBron too, man. I love when he starts shooting threes and he starts because he bricks the shit out of those shots, man. Yeah. Especially when they're down and all that. But all he has to do is go down the block, easy 2 every time. And then on a fucking timeout, in an inbounds play, he boxed out the guy.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
Right. But so then that I'm terrified about. If he did that and he just stayed down there, like let's call a spade a spade. LeBron, you need to be around the basket. That's where your game's at right now. Stop shooting these. You're not a jump shooter.
He's not there.
LeBron can do it. LeBron can do it all.
But I love it. I hope he keeps thinking he still has the shot. It helps. It helps the other team because man, those the thing that I hate about when LeBron misses is a long ass rebound because he misses that every fucking. It's not a nice rebound. It's not a nice miss because it wasn't on target. It's like and it's like. And then sometimes Lakers get
misses are ghosts.
No, they're
calculated. It's calculated.
They're ridiculous. There's people so far back. they get it back. I'm like,
It's
God
on
damn
purpose.
it.
It's
No,
on
it's-
purpose.
He has so much fucking spin on
Hey,
that
so
ball. He sucks at,
you
long
threw me
stuff.
off, man. I thought
My bad.
that the elephant in the room was gonna be Draymond Green.
Oh, my bad. I went off topic. How are
No,
we on
it's
time?
cool.
Because
No, I'm glad. I knew we were gonna try to discuss as many NBA stuff as, but I actually thought the elephant in the room was
yeah.
Draymond.
No, yeah. Let me know. So what everybody, that's listening out there, obviously Draymond Green, he got suspended by the NBA for game 3. They're playing it right now. They're doing just fine without him. But it was a big storyline, right? It was a big storyline, and he got suspended because he stepped on Sabonis. There was a player on the floor. Sabonis grabbed his leg, Sabonis got called for a technical, and then Draymond, was pissed and stepped on his chest, and then he got thrown out of the game. So I just wanted to hear, what are your thoughts, guys, on that? There was a lot of discussion in the sports world about that. We'll start with you, Seth. Sorry.
I mean, I think you guys know how I feel about this guy first. Just think he's such a dirty, dirty.
Love him.
I say dirtier. He's so overrated. Like, he's just so garbage. I don't know what's doing in the league. I just had to get that out of my chest. As far as that play goes, like, people are kind of like, yeah, Sabonis, held on to his foot. Maybe he shouldn't have done that, and he shouldn't have. He should get hacked or whatever he got. But the same thing, like, this guy just took it overboard. Did he stomp? I don't know if he stomped on it hard. He went through, or maybe just. But the thing is, his reaction, he sold it. Like he fucking stomped on him, like like a pro wrestler, and everybody fucking bit. And guess what? Based on your track history, like, fucking, you're a piece of shit. So, yeah, if you got suspended, he only has himself to blame. He could have easily just, like, tried to pull his foot off, fucking drawn attention to the ref, and say, hey, look what this guy's doing. They would have easily called, blew the whistle. But you want to get all dramatic and shit, make it about yourself, and then go bitch about it in your fucking podcast. Go fuck yourself. Nobody wants to hear that shit.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that. Did he go on his podcast and stuff?
He's like
Right
Brooks.
away. I think, yeah.
He goes, it's fucking. They're not relevant. They don't have that much fucking. What's the word I'm looking for? They don't mean shit to the league. They don't got that fucking the athletic ability. It's just like, you ain't nobody in this league. But they just stay relevant because they do stupid shit like that. They say stupid shit. They fucking act on stupid shit. So fuck it. Like, hey, you don't bitch and cry about it. You brought it upon yourself. Because you have this fucking history. The same thing back with the Cavs when he, like, suppose he kicked. Was it kicked the? He people were watching this guy kicking the nuts. Like, maybe he didn't kick fucking James in the nuts, but he got pretty close. And then he did it on national TV. Like, what is the NBA supposed to do? Like, oh, green is being green. Like, no, get out of here. Like I said, and he doesn't care. Like I said, he thought about himself the whole time. Like I said, I've been in, obviously I'm not in the NBA, but it's situation, people grab onto you like that. You could have easily just like, like, hey, ref, point out the fucking review it or whatever the case was. But no, he always sold it. You want to be a pro wrestler, you sold it. Everybody bit. You want to be the villain, or the heel, and the wrestling, the heel. Hey, that's how he'll get treated. Like, that's how it is. I'm not saying you gotta be a Boy Scout. By all means, I don't want to see no Boy Scout out there, but I said, hey, you are who you are, and fuck him. I don't feel bad for him. Fuck him.
What about you, Adon?
I was a little bit. At first I didn't think he should get suspended. I thought it was too much for exactly what happened during game 2. So when the first saw it, I actually didn't think that it was on purpose. I actually thought that, like he said, like, I had to find somewhere I was gonna fall. I had to, like, put my foot down somewhere. So at first I didn't think that it was that, and I watched the replays as everybody was watching. I was surprised that they ejected him. So I was like, yeah, it looks like he needed a space to land his foot, otherwise he was gonna fall. He should have just fell, right? And then they would have gone to review it, and they would have seen Sabonis holding his leg, and he would have fallen, and Sabonis would have gotten whatever technical one or whatever. I forgot what they're called. But the more I see it, and maybe the fact that he got suspended, like, changes my perspective. But now it does look like he took a little bit of a on purpose, like he landed on him more instead of it just being a normal step. And I don't know if I'm just, but the history, I'll just go back to what Sal said. I think his track record of doing that kind of shit, of being dirty, I think that's the reason he got suspended. Because I just think what he did that time, I don't know if he did stumped on him on purpose or he just needed to land and he was gonna fall, and that's just where his foot ended up landing. But I think the other main thing is, and he did it last year too. He got ejected during a playoff game. He goes and he starts talking to the crowd, and he starts fucking like talking shit to people in the crowd. Did you see the Kings fans? They were giving a finger and like he was telling them "fuck you" and he was screaming at them. I think that plays a big reason into fucking suspending him and trying to teach him a lesson. Like they don't want something that happened like that Malice in the Palace shit to happen again. I think that has that came into play when they decided what to do.
No, I think you guys are right on the money with all of that. I agree with everything you guys said. The thing with Draymond Green to me, like I try not to be a hypocrite with myself because, like, I think of like Dennis Rodman, right? Dennis Rodman was an agitator, but he was on the Bulls, right? So I liked when he got under people's skins. And maybe it was different because he was always battling bigger guys. So maybe it didn't seem as bad. It seems like, well, what else is he going to do? He's up against 7'1", 300-something pounds and against Alonzo Mourning. But he was a fucking agitator, right? He was like, his game was like, I'm going to get in under your skin. I'm going to play mind games with you to get any kind of advantage, I get. But then Dennis Rodman was like, one of the greatest rebounders of all time too, right? So Draymond to me, I don't know, like I just tell myself like I'm being unfair just because I don't really like his game. I think he overhypes himself a lot. Obviously, he's valuable to the Warriors, right? He plays a role in that, in their dynasty. But like, I don't know if he's an agitator more of a dirty player. So I think he's more of a dirty player. Like he's always kicking people in the balls. He's always he's fucking kicking people all the time. You know what I mean? Like, and even this time he fucking again with his fucking foot. Like he's always kicking. And then I think you're right, Don. I think and then Adam Silver was I think in the stands. So that all the NBA's not gonna say, hey, because fucking Adam Silver, your boss, because he was there. That's why you got suspended too. They don't want to. They want to say, oh, it's all your history and stuff. But you're right. Like he's over. You can't have it both ways. You can't have NBA players grabbing the ref's hand and escorting him over in front of a fan that's yelling at them to remove them from the fucking game. That's what we do nowadays. And then for Draymond Green, to just agitate, like just keep igniting and you know what I mean? Gaslighting fans in a playoff. Like you just like so I just think it puts so anyway, to close, I was more surprised with all these other podcasts and like sports personalities really upset that Draymond got suspended. I'm like, what was the NBA supposed to do? They're saying that the NBA is soft, that it's not fair, that they're picking on him. I'm like, man, what was the NBA supposed to do? Like the way that Draymond carried himself. I think that they should have at least suspended him one game, but it didn't even hurt them, bro. They're up.
Now they're up. Now they're up by 18. Yeah, so now they're
18.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm watching it on the.
Yep. 18.
Just a really quick sorry. So if it was Westbrook that played for the Warriors instead of Draymond, you think Westbrook could have had the same impact as Draymond Green? Because that's what they do, right? They just play hard and they pass the ball to shooters. Do you think Westbrook is better than Draymond Green, Sal?
Oh, I thought you were asking Luis. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, no. If you just switch them, like
Draymond. Fuck, man. I wouldn't want either one of them, man. Think about it, if I had to pick one of those guys, fuck, man. Like, I feel like there's more upside to Westbrook because of what he has done before, but it's fucking like it's hit or miss. So I kind of want to take Green because he does less and just fucking shut the fuck up. Say, but then he does stupid shit like this. Like I don't know, man. Which one's better? Like, fuck, man. Like, I just
I
don't.
just I
I
just don't
wouldn't.
think I don't think they would
I'll
have
both them.
lost much.
If I had to
You know,
pick one, I'll cut him. I'll go to the I'll go to the G League. I'm saying there's better players than the G League. I'll take the 6 man. It just, fuck, man. It's just they're not good, man. They're not good. Back to like like you compared to Rodman. Yeah, Rodman did the same thing, but like Rodman was smart. Like he didn't make it about himself. Did he?
Mhm.
To a certain extent, he did. He colored himself and he did this and that. He had some during the season. Like kicking the cameraman some faults, but like when you had like going up against Shaq or whatever, and then they get tangled up and he sold a foul. He wasn't like trying to kick Shaq in the nuts,
Right.
The
Yeah.
person he's throwing something like, did you see it? And then boom, blow the whistle, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
If you do that shit, hey, that's part of the game. Like it's not sexy basketball. I get it. You want to call it's cheap or whatever. But same time, like if you get away with it and like your opponent's mentally weak, well fuck him. It's his player. Like I said, Draymond doesn't do that. He could have easily grabbed it, fucking tripped, and fuck like I said earlier. Fuck! Did you see it? Did you see the shit?
Yeah.
Nowadays they got cameras, reviews. Boom, you're done. They probably would have suspended fucking Sabonis for something like that. You know what? Why are you doing this fucking bullshit?
Right.
But yeah, like I said, don't compare Rodman and Green. I hate when they do that shit. Green.
No, yeah, no, I was just
Listen to
no,
you,
I
but
don't think
you're like no.
yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, because what
There's one
all I
thing
was
that
saying
Green
is
might be a Hall of Famer, and then I'm not gonna give a shit about the Hall of Fame no more. That's what I'm
no,
gonna tell
I
you.
don't
Like,
think he'll
when you
be a
guys
Hall
bring
of
like
Famer.
LeBron and James and their resume, these awards don't mean shit. And when maybe Westbrook has a validity.
Westbrook
But if
might get in
Green
there.
makes the fucking Hall of Fame, I don't want to hear anything about a fucking awards ever again. Ever fucking again.
I don't think he will. I really don't. I don't think he will.
Triple single for his career.
All right, I don't think he will. I don't think he will. Guys, so how are we on time? My thing's fucked up here. My timer. I don't know what I did to it.
I actually don't remember exactly what time we start. I think we still got maybe like 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Cool.
Yeah.
So why don't we
something like
wrap up? Why don't we wrap up? I was hoping to get
Nothing in the East, right? We're not touching nothing on the East. No suspension, nothing boring.
Oh,
Everything's boring over there.
no, everything just today they threw
Boring
out
has injuries. Yeah.
in Philadelphia. But they were fine. They just ejected Harden and another and Claxton?
Claxton.
Did I say?
Yeah.
Claxton from Brooklyn. So what happened was Embiid was on the floor. I forgot who kind of went over him, tried to do an overstep on him. So
Claxton.
then Claxton. Oh shit. Okay. So then Embiid kicked him in the balls, and Embiid got a flagrant one. I think is what he got. Maybe.
Yeah.
Didn't get kicked out. And then later in the game, Harden was at the top of the key, and he did a push off against his defender, but hit him in the nuts, and then he automatically got tossed out. And then Claxton then later got tossed out for taunting Embiid. Anyway, so that was nothing exciting there, but the only thing that was crazy was that Harden got kicked out. And if you look at the replay, he did hit him in the nuts, but it's very fast. But I think it just happened right in front of the referee. So it's just they were crying about the TNT guys were crying about the inconsistency. Like Embiid should have gotten kicked out, not Harden. So they're just upset with how inconsistent the refs, like how they decide who gets a flagrant one, who gets a tech, who gets kicked out. And all that stuff, it does impact, even though the Philadelphia ended up winning today, obviously that impacts the game, especially if you're kicking a player out. So I don't know. You guys got to check it out. See, I don't know if you saw it, Sal, from earlier.
I don't remember seeing it.
It just happened like right before we got on. So I just
saw
had
that,
it on.
Harden left in third quarter, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in third.
Yeah, he left there.
Maxey took over after Harden left.
There you go.
He took over the game. I think his reputation too, Harden. He's always doing that thing with his.
See, I didn't.
With his elbow. Yeah.
I couldn't think of that. Like I didn't know that. Like right off the top of my head. But that's what the guys at the studio were saying, that maybe there's a history there with him doing that, because sometimes refs, other teams will call that out, right? Ahead of playoff series, supposedly,
Yep.
just to, hey, watch this, watch that. And I don't know, but he did. You see the replay, but it looks very mild mannered compared to what Embiid did. Embiid was the straight up. He was trying to take him down. He was pissed.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, what are you gonna? But they're up 3-0, so who gives a shit? At the end of the day. But just to wrap up, guys, I was hoping I could get there's a big fight on Saturday.
What?
Tank Davis
Saturday?
versus
Sure.
Ryan Garcia.
Here,
I'm sure
it's here.
It's in
The fight is
Unknown,
here.
Hearts Unknowns,
I got
California.
look at that. I didn't see that.
a little boxing. I'm saying it's here. The fight is finally here.
It's finally here. So but it's out in Vegas, but I'm saying like it's happening now.
Oh,
So I just
yeah,
wanted to
that's
get you. It's in Vegas, but guys, we started with Sal last time. So Don, just let me know, like, who do you pick to win? Have you thought of how? And then, just what are your thoughts on the fight?
So I'm gonna leave the analysis to you, Luis, because I really like the way you break down boxing. But I'm gonna go with Tank Davis around the 10th round. That's my prediction. I don't think Garcia has the skills yet. When I've seen him fight, I don't think he's got the boxing skills. He relies on the left hook, and I think Tank's gonna be ready for it.
Nice. What about you, Sal?
It's tough and it isn't. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Oh man, the first thing I look at is the size. Garcia's coming at 5'10" to 5'8", right? To Davis
5'5".
Oh shit,
He's a little guy. Yeah, he's a little guy.
5'5.5". I think last time we
5'6". I meant 6. I scribbled 8 with it. Yeah, so I think that's huge. Like but I see Davis having the speed and power to kind of overcome that height difference. But Davis, I've seen more of his fights than Garcia, and he tends to start a little bit slower. They kind of figure them out, or collect information or whatnot. So like, if he does that, and he Garcia keeps him away, like, what if he does win like the first few 2-3 rounds? That's huge in boxing. But it's like I haven't seen much about Garcia. I'm not gonna fake it. From what I have seen, and I gone back on YouTube and watched it, because his defense is kind of iffy, so I could see him like Davis turning back on and pressure him, and maybe it does go to the 9th round and Davis knocks him out, like Alan says. That's pretty smart. But I see it's tough for me to pick someone just for the show's sake. If I have to pick a winner and the outcome. Oh, I just know I'm gonna regret it, but just for the show's sake, like I don't know. I'm picturing. I'm playing this fight in my head right now. Early rounds, so Davis wins 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4, or whatever, and then he pressures him. Ryan Garcia says backs him away because I got early rounds. I think it's gonna go to the decision. And right now, just based on where boxers are heading, and they want the pretty face, and I'm not saying that's why he only wins it. They want and the name, the recognition, and the YouTuber. Like, I think as of now, Garcia wins by decision. That's why I'm like, if he stays upright, as long as he runs the early rounds and keeps the rest of the fights close, those judges are gonna give it for Garcia.
I love it, man. I love both sides of it. I really do. And I think that's why I'm excited about this. So Don, you got Davis stopping Garcia in the 10th round, and Sal, you got Garcia pulling out the win with decision by decision.
Right now, that's what it is.
I get it, yeah. And this is what I love about super fights, right? Because it sounds stupid, but it really could go any way, right? I think the Tank Davis should win this fight. That's what I think. And it's some of the stuff that Adan had mentioned before. I feel like he's more skilled than Garcia for sure. I think what Garcia has and what makes him so like interesting to watch box is he definitely has like, I don't know what you want to call him, like his natural skill, his God-given talents, his speed and his power, right? But skill-wise, Tank Davis, his pedigrees, I think he's at an elite level, and then maybe I'm being a little sour about it. I think Tank Davis, he keeps referring himself as the A side, basically saying, "Hey, I'm the main guy, so I call the shots." That's why you're coming down to a catch weight, right, at 136. Tank Davis had just fought at 140, which that's where Ryan Garcia would have been more comfortable fighting, I think. That's more of Ryan Garcia's natural weight. And Tank Davis smart. He's like, no, I'll fight you, but you're gonna come down to a catch weight of 136, closer to catch. And then
great point. Yeah.
And then the fucking bastard is like, and on top of that, we're gonna put the rehydration clause. So even if you come in at 136, you can't add on 10, 15 pounds at fight night. Like he wants to keep
about that.
at that.
Yes. Sounds regretting it.
So with that said, like, and I'm not talking shit because Ryan Garcia took the fight, right? They took this. They know what they're getting into. Supposedly there had never been a catch weight and rehydration clause. It's usually one or the other, So I think he really stacked it, and then him just being a legit elite boxer, Tank Davis, and Tank Davis does have power, and he's because he's a little guy, he's always used to fighting taller guys, old boy that got knocked out, Leo Santa Cruz, with that nasty uppercut, he was a tall, but he was not, like even like Ryan power and stature, but
not the power, but that guy had speed and skill.
He did, yeah. So I feel like Tank should win. Now, so with that said, so I think Tank should win, and then I think I'm still too much of a boxing fan. I'm hoping he wins and he wins by decision, but I think the smart money would be that he gets a TKO like in the 10th, 11th round on Ryan Garcia, because Ryan Garcia, like you said, Sal, his defense is suspect. It's always suspect. He has power, he has speed, but it's the skill part, right? On how to. He's not there yet. He's 24 years old. He's been in there with some good fighters, but this is his first. This is his biggest fight ever, But with all of that said, man, so if I had to pick, like, just based on everything, I think Tank Davis TKO. I don't want to say 10th because the Don said 10th already, so I'll pick 11th. Kind of cheat a little bit. But I've never betted before, man, and I want to bet because I want to be excited about the fight. I want to bet on Garcia. And why do we think Garcia is going to win? I think the only way he wins is if he knocks out Tank Davis. I can't even see that because Tank Davis has never even been knocked down, and he's been in there with some bad punchers. Barrios was a hard hitter. Isaac, the Pitbull guy, Isaac Cruz, maybe is his name. He landed some good shots on him, but he's never been even he hasn't even hit the canvas, and got knocked down. So it's hard for me to see it. So, and I know that's a bad choice because when I go into the app sale and put in like $10 for Ryan Garcia, DraftKings, I think, $10, I think you win like $80 or something like that. So those odds are, and then if you do the one you said, Sal, Tank Davis to win by decision, even though he's the favorite, I think if you put $10, and I could be fucking wrong, but man, I think you win like $200 or something like that.
What?
Maybe I fucked up. See, I should have. This is not my segment. I should have. I was just fucking with the app for the first time because I'm like, but I want to bet on Ryan Garcia knocking him out because I think the only way Ryan Garcia wins is if he. And that's why boxing is always alluring, right? Garcia does have one punch power, but it's I gotta see, like, if he hits Tank Davis and he feels this power, you know what I mean? But I don't know if Tank Davis, maybe he has a really good chin. I have no fucking clue. He's never been knocked down. So what if he just take his shot? He'll just. I think then by then, Tank Davis will really take it to him. So I think. Not to get all over the place. So I'm picking Tank Davis, TKO, 11th round, but I'm going to bet on Ryan Garcia KO. And I'm really interested in that one that you said, Sal. That's so crazy you said that. But the odds are so bad. I'm like, oh man, I guess other people, Vegas doesn't really think it's going to happen based on their records and everything like that. But what if Ryan Garcia puts on a really, spirited fight, doesn't win, doesn't get knocked out though? And I think, I'm so sorry. It's because it's Tank Davis wins by majority decision. It's not just wins decision. He has to win by majority decision. And maybe that's why the payout is so high. Because, there's so much stuff that he really has to, like, just dominate him to win.
The largest payout would be Garcia by decision, right?
Yeah, so it's plus 800.
Yeah.
And if Garcia knocks him out, if Garcia wins by KO, it's only plus 300. So,
so it's not
him knocking out Davis, then going to the decision.
Yeah, he has a better chance. Yeah, he has a better chance of knocking him out than winning by decision.
I think that's the only way Ryan wins. If he he has to knock him out. And it's crazy, man. Like in boxing, there's not a lot of knockouts in terms of like where you're knocking a guy out and he gets a 10 count. You know what I mean? Like TK, it's more common for TKOs, right, where they stop the fight and the guy gets knocked down, he gets back up, and the ref's like, "That's it, man. You know what I mean? Even though you got up before the 10 count, like that's it, you're out." And then they get the TKO. I just didn't know in betting that they're so fucking particularly you put money, specific. You could either KO, TKO, decision, unanimous decision, split decision, all that shit.
Oh, if you want to get technical, you can pick what round.
Round, that's too.
They got
I'm just out of curious. Do you have it with the left hook, right?
Yeah, like for Davis to win round 7 through 12, or Garcia by decision or technical plus 800.
I've been excited about this fight, so I've been seeing a bunch of random videos. So they have so much fucking time on their hand. People put videos about everything. This guy put a video. I wish I had it. He put one of Davis's weakness when he does fight is that he gets caught with the left hook a lot from power punches. You know what I mean? But the same thing with Ryan. So they're both, you know what I mean? Kind of. Anyway, it's just kind of funny. But do you have the app in front of you, Sal?
I do. I have it right here.
Could you show like for a Don, like if you put $10 on Davis winning in the 10th, like what that pays out?
Oh, let's go by round. So let me pull it back up real quick.
That's okay. But I think
right lines.
That's the only way Ryan wins. He knocks him out. Man.
Perhaps let's see.
This is it. This is the fight to look out for this weekend, right, Luis?
That's it, man. For Los Aseguro, you guys, this is it. I don't think there's gonna be a letdown. Somebody's gonna lose their how do you call it? Their O, right? Yeah. So and then I think, man, if Tank Davis wins like he should, it just sets up so many fights. You know what I mean? For him. Haney and fucking Shakur, like he's just, and if Ryan somehow is able to beat Tank, it's the same thing for him. You know what I mean? I think Ryan's still pretty young and he could absorb a loss, depending on how he loses. Anything short of him getting like obliterated in terms of, he either gets shut out or he gets knocked out early in the fight. I think he could rebound from a loss. You know what I mean? He's still pretty young and get better, and still he's very marketable. So, and he's cringy. Like Ryan Garcia's cringy. He has Oscar De La Hoya backing him up. So it's like double cringy, man. I don't know if you saw any of the press conference today. I don't know what the fuck Oscar was wearing today. He was wearing like women's. It was like a women's blazer. Like I'm not into fashion, but like it looked like something that the NBA players would wear, like something Russell Westbrook would wear going into the tunnel. He looked dumb as hell. I don't know what he was doing. But anyway, he was just talking shit too, and he's super cringy as hell too. What did you say, Sal? I'm sorry.
I forgot the final presser was today. I was gonna look it up.
Yeah, so tomorrow's the big day. Tomorrow's the weigh-in. So hopefully there's no surprises and everybody makes weight. It's not even a title fight. So I think even if somebody doesn't make weight, I think it's just a penalty. I believe the fight still goes on because there's not
Oh.
even a fucking title on the. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're fighting for because it's 12
Wait.
rounds.
Let me text Ryan to drink water, hydrate. Fucking hey, you know what?
Yeah, so maybe he'll take the penalty and still fight him.
I think so.
Yeah,
Looking good, baby. I'm looking good.
can I do my little thing before Sal
Yeah,
does
man.
the parlay?
What thing? Let's show Tony the thing. What thing are you talking about? Tell him.
Okay. AP stat of the week. We got more. You see, we got more followers. You see how fucking it's growing.
Oh my god, it's good. It's a little herd. Is it a herd?
It's just little by little. They're getting caught up with the conversations and they're loving it. We'll get more and more. So as requested, you guys wanted it, so I provide quadruple doubles in the NBA. Here we go.
Oh shit!
There's been 4 of them, which I think is pretty cool. You know, quadruple double and only 4. So we were all right about it. So the first one was Nate Thurman. His first game with the Chicago Bulls, he had a quadruple double. He had 22 points, 14 rebounds, 13 assists, 12 blocks. Pretty fucking good, right? Okay,
Nate.
Second guy. So that was in 84. I mean, 74. Sorry. 74, his first game with the Bulls. Second guy is Alvin Robertson, which I don't think you guys have heard of him. The only guard to have done it. He did it in 86. He played for the Spurs. 20, 11, 10, and 10 steals. All right?
Shit.
And then the next guy to do it, Elijah. So Elijah, like Luis and I, we said that he did it. He did do it in 90. He had 18, 16, 11 blocks, and 10 assists. So 18 points, 16 rebounds, 11 blocks, 10 assists. And the last person to do it, our boy David Robinson.
Sales guy.
In 94, 34 points.
Fuck.
10 rebounds, 10 assists, 10 blocks. That's pretty impressive.
That's interesting. That's impressive.
Season.
That's it.
That same season, he scored 71 points in the last game of the regular season to win the scoring title.
He did. Against Shaq.
The Admiral, baby.
And hell yeah,
it. Man. I love it, man.
I aim to please. If anybody needs something, I'll look it up.
Like I never failed. I never failed. The 8 picks always come fucking through clutch. Clutch like LeBron. What was it? You should have brought that up right there. Why don't you bring that one up? That was interesting. Maybe we'll save that for next week. Who knows?
I thought like Fox, isn't it? Who is it that won the clutch play? Yeah, it's the guy from Sacramento.
Did they already give it? Did they already awarded? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's gonna win the clutch player, the Jerry West clutch player award.
That's what he won. Yeah. We all know how Sal feels about those awards. So Sal, what about you, man? Did you have a chance to look at a parlay that you maybe liked for?
How'd you know it was a parlay and I just one pick? I did a parlay. I did do a parlay.
Hell yeah.
I did a Bookie, pero recuerda. I do have a parlay. And I gotta tell you, it's nothing sexy, but it's gonna pay. I'll pay you. I got tomorrow, Celtics over the Hawks. It's 205. Sixers over the Nets to close it out.
Oh shit.
245. And then I don't know if Giannis comes in or back or not. I don't think he does. But Giannis over the Bucks over the Heat at Miami at minus 205. That pays out plus 205. 206, I'm sorry. 206. So
if you select all those 3 teams, right? That's the parlay. All of them together, 206. All right.
If you want to do separately, I get it. But let's keep it sexy, let's keep the thrill, let's get the heart pumping, So that's a good one. Plus 206. Like again, throw out a number. Put $100, you get 306.95 back right now. 306.95. That's not a low payout. I'm trying to pay your rent,
I like it. That's Fox.
Did your last bet win? Like we should keep track of that shit. Are we actually making money? We should keep track of
okay, you throw $20 at 160, 139. Let me look. I'll tell you what. I think I obviously have my betting slips. Last week, but I do plenty of bets. I'm gonna go to the one count, because filtered through one, because I'm sure it won. And we could go back and correct
I
it.
want to see if I wrote it down. What would your bet was?
But it was like
Sixers, Celtics
Oh, for this one?
for last week.
Oh,
That's
for
what you
last
had.
week.
Game 1, Sixers and Celtics. So that was right.
They
Nice.
both won.
Yes, that was right.
a.
You guys were 1-1 in the because last time we met, the play-in was still a game.
Right. Against Minnesota. Minnesota ended up pulling out the win.
It was only two teams, or
Yeah, you only gave Sixers and Celtics. That's what I wrote down from last week. As your parlay to win game 1, specifically game 1. Well, I mean they won.
Oh,
so
I
don't
did.
have-
There it is. So it was a lesser payout. It was Celtics. So it was minus 169. Maybe that's when I did the bet. I don't know. It was different at the time, but I did Celtics, Sixers, and I won. Cashed out at minus 169.
Oh yeah.
So I want to say really quick, happy 420, Luis, and to all our,
Oh, yeah.
our 420 fans out there. I don't want the day to go by without congratulating
Hey.
you guys, and wishing you a good day. And also, this is episode 16.
Oh,
Six.
shit.
16? Is it the Sweet 16?
This is Sweet 16. My birthday falls on the 16th, so
There you go.
bring it
I
up.
love it. Hell yeah.
It's like a golden episode, and like golden birthday is a golden episode.
Golden episode.
Hey, well, congratulations to you guys too. Enjoy your day. You guys are the best. You guys keep the show going. Don't change. You guys are the best. Hugs and kisses.
Nah, thanks, guys. I think today was a solid show. I think we covered everything we needed to, right? I'll have it here for Sal to send us off. I can't think of anything else to chime in, so I'll just. Well, we'll talk about it next time. Did you guys see that they voted Michael Jordan the greatest player of all time? The current, but they're just NBA players, just the people that suit up every day. But we don't need to talk about that right now. Let's wrap it up, guys. I know
you know
we're up against the clock right here,
Yeah.
but I forgot to.
I hate charges in the NBA. I hate the fucking. Next time we'll talk about that. I have a lot to say about charges and what to do.
Oh,
Charges.
Yeah, like fucking, like getting in the way of people and taking
a
charge
gotcha.
or offensive fouls and all that shit. It's stupid.
I'll come up with a pet peeve. I got plenty of pet peeves myself.
All
right, everybody. Well, I think that's a wrap. Thank you, everybody. I think we just looked at the tape right now, and upon somebody just threw the challenge flag, right? Upon further review,
Pick it up, son. Pick it up.
Stands, baby. The Chandlerfield stands. It was another great episode. Thank you guys for joining. You guys were fantastic. Until next week.
You're the man, Sal.
Upon further review, the ruling on the field stands. This is the greatest sports podcast, First and Goat.